What it all comes down to. You've got 8 of the premier scratch players.
It's a hard pattern too. You need some pretty, adequate bowlers.
Give it a shot.
Should be doing something.
Okay. Just like you drew it up. That will just about do it.
It's just nice to be back again.
The party certainly doesn't stop in Whitewater, Wisconsin.
This tournament live stream is a special presentation of Bowling with the Pfeff.
How about that? Can you hear me now? Let me know. I'm hoping that's better. That's Dakota Christensen that you just saw whack the pocket for a strike. Not a rare sight there, as is a flush strike from Sam Lofquist on lane 20. What I was saying was give the scores a second to refresh. They're a little bit behind where we are in real time. I'm working on that as we go. And hopefully, as we get into this first match, or this, I should say, first set of games, this will get caught up and you'll know where your guys stand. Ooh, there we go. Now we just got to reposition it, right? Oh. Maybe not. Man. like I said, we'll get these scores going in just a moment here. Sometimes you're at the mercy of technology, and that's just kind of how it is. In the meantime, I can tell you that Sam Lofquist, who you just saw covering his spare, has strike spare, 20 in the first, spare up. Rick Mangan, who is up on 20, has the opposite, spare strike. On the opposite lane, Mike Wurz working on a double here. And make it 3 in a row as he kicks out the 10. Let's head back over to 17 and 18, where you're watching our defending champion, Matt Prosek, who is working on spare strike. This is his third frame, and he takes down 10. To his left, Brett Geibel, who unfortunately has 2 missed spares in a row. 37 through 3 for him. This is Eric Platt up on 17. The ringing 10. He's got 20 in the first, 39 now in the second. Strike spare and going after that 10 pin. Platt is the proprietor here at Bowl Winkle's. And as we were talking before the tournament started in earnest a couple weeks ago, he mentioned how much he wanted to make this top 8 field. Prosek on 17 working on a double, and there's 3. Boy, no doubt on that one. Ooh. He'd like to know that. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, Nick, his back is to me. He is deep in concentration here, and I would hate to interrupt that as Sam Lofquist takes aim at a 6 or a 4 8. Wow, glad we got to see that. But yes, when the time is right, I will let him know, Nick. I'm sure he'd be interested to know that. So Wurs takes care of the 10 pin. He had the front 4 and then that 9 spare in the 5th. So 119 or 109 through 4. Lofquist on lane 20 here is working on that spare. He's struck every time, both times on this lane so far, and brings a 7 on that one. About 5-6 frames into this opening game. Again, it's 3 games of qualifying. And there's really no bearing on who defeats who heads up. But just the total score. That's what matters.
Gotta work on those single pins, I guess.
Yeah, it's strange that the scores are coming through on the Bowl Winkle's website. So for now, what I'll do is I'll toss this up in the comments. Chat, whatever you want to call it. And at least that way, if you're able to pull up a couple different windows, that will get you the link to where live scoring is. Again, at the top of your screen, that's not correct. Those are old scores. Okay, there we go. There's one of them. Ooh, and a nice trip 4 for Prosek. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he needs breaks like that, but good when you get them, right? All right, let's see if I can pull up the scores from 17 here. Off to the right, Mangan in a little trouble there on the right lane. He's struck every time on the left. It's just that right lane that's giving him fits.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So now those scores are up. I think we're current here with that, as Geibel takes aim at a 7-pin. And pulled that one to the left. So the scores should update as we go here. They'll be a little behind real time, but at least that's my hope. Okay. Now we've got one of the two over here. Now, if we can get 20 straight, I think we'll be all good. Wurz working off a spare in the 8th and takes care of all 10 there, to the delight of the DWK, I'm guessing. There we go. Okay. So now we've got, we'll call them semi-current scores. Like I said, in real time, they're a little bit delayed, but they'll catch up as Dakota Christensen takes down 10 in the 9th. That's his 4th in a row. Mangan with I believe that was a pocket 7-10. Boy, that right lane has just been a bear for him this morning. And in a short format like this, you gotta whack him right away. Sam Lofquist working on a double. He's in the 9th, and that's his 3rd in a row. Still a shot at 227 if he can punch out here in the 10th. Wurz up in the 10th with a strike in the 9th, 198 through 8. Going into this 10th frame. See if he can make it a double. And a little bit light or half pocket, leaves a 10. Back on the other pair with Geibel, Platt, Prosek, and Janisch, who puts back 10. He's still got a shot at 235 if he can punch out in his 10th frame, which is coming up in a bit. Mangan at least gets to finish on his good lane where he has struck every time. Not much to show for it, though, with a couple of splits on the right. Again, they do not move pairs during the qualifying. They're all in the same pair, and these lane assignments were drawn at random right before we started here this morning. And slaps the 10 out there for 238 to the delight of the Cedarvale guy, Brent Prentice, tuning in. Good to see you watching live here. Yeah, do like Brent does. Let us know who you're cheering for. Mangan's going to be in the 170s, and he'll have some catching up to do in game 2, that's for sure. Dakota shakes out the left side and hits his 5th in a row. And Mangan finishes out with 174. So, like I said, he'll have some catching up to do. Got to figure out that right lane as we get into our second game here. Our defending champ, Matt Prosek. This is the spare, but 235 is still a pretty good start here this morning. Geibel with a 173. And Dakota Christensen, a little bit light, left an 8-pin. So he can pick that up for 224. Lofquist working on 3 in a row. And the 7 won't go. So you can get just over 200 if he finishes out with a strike in the spare strike in the fill ball. Meanwhile, Eric Platt hits a strike in his 10th frame. He needs all 3 to get up to 196. And nice game words, yeah. Looks like he's going to be our leader after one game of this, with Geibel at 173, Prosek 235. You've got a 224 from Christensen, 174 from Mangan, and that 238 looking pretty good so far. Platt finishes out with a double in his 10th frame. Again, 196 if he can strike out. Off to the right, they are getting started. About to get started with game 2 as Lofquist finishes with 206. All right, 196 for Platt, 215 for Janisch, and they'll get going in their second game here of our 3 games of qualifying. So Wer's going to be on top at plus 38 after 1.
Yes.
With Prosek close behind at plus 35. Ooh, great shot from Geibel, and did not get the benefit at all as we start up game 2. Ooh, and Prosek goes way left. Meanwhile, Wers flushes 10 back over on lane 20. Here's Mangan. Again, he was great on the left lane and flushes 10 again. It's that right lane that's been giving him trouble. We'll see what he does in his second frame. A little light for Dakota Christensen, but gets the benefit and rolls the 2. Never hurts to have a little luck, right? Half 10 pin, half pocket 10 over there on the left for Platt. And a spare for Lofquist off to the right. So now let's head back over to 19 and 20 after we see Janusz flush 10. Here's Mangan on that right lane that gave him so much trouble in game 1. And a little light, and he left a 2. All right. So here are the scores after one game. You can see them scrolling across there. Again, the top 3 will be headed to our 2-game stepladder final here. Jody working on a strike and make it 2. Nice carry on that half pocket hit there. Dakota, as you can see, in the 3rd seed. He is the number after a game, and he gets a nice start there with a double to start out his 2nd game of qualifying. And can't quite shake out the 10 for Wurs, who is the leader after 1. He'll try and take care of that 10 pin. Aaron says, Sam Lofquist is the best lefty I know. I would not be surprised if you knew a lot of lefties, too. And Cody says, King Dak. All right. So Sam working on a strike. This is his 2nd frame, and make it 2 as he splits the 8-9. Beautiful shot for double in his 2nd game. Platt also working on one. And can't quite get that 10 pin out. For what it's worth, and at this point, I don't think it's worth a whole lot. Bowl Winkle's somewhat recently, put in some new pins. But, after bowling on them myself during, I'd say maybe the 2nd week they were in, I think they carry pretty well. Pretty similar to the carry in this house with the last set of sticks. All right, Geibel working on a double, trying to make a comeback here in game 2 as he flat 10s. Wurs on the other pair with his 3rd 9 spare in a row. All right, Mangan again working on a strike on the other lane. Can't get that 10 out of there. You got to wonder what he'd be doing if he could put together some strikes on lane 20. Ooh, and pocket 7-10 for Dakota, coming off a split on 20. And yeah, we'll see what he does with this 7-10. To his left is Janish. Collapses the bucket. So he's struck in 3 out of 4. As Wurs says, really? Yep, really. Looks like we've got some Dakota fans here, hoping he gets back into this, coming off 2 splits. Lofquist flushes 10 again. Nice shot from Geibel, who has struck 3 out of the 5 as he tries to claw his way back in. 8th out of 8th so far, but still got about a game and a half to go. A great shot from Prosek off to the right. And Wurs does what Wurs does. Flushes 10. He's the leader of the field right now by 3 sticks over Prosek. And Prosek is looking to get back into it as he's got 4 in a row now. Mangan's on his good lane and shows you why. But without being able to figure out 20, he's strike, spare, strike, spare, strike. Janish with a great shot there. He's only missed once this game. And in the 4th seed, certainly a decent place to be when you're putting up big scores. The Jesus Ranch says Split City over here. Yeah, there have been a few. That's for sure. All right, Lofquist. Half pocket 7-pin off 3 in a row there. And Geibel flushes 10. So he's making a nice run here in game number 2. Well, he didn't like that off his hand. He knew that was going right. All right. Prosek coming off 4 in a row here on lane 18. And gives it some with authority. On the other pair, Mangan just struck on 20. I believe that's the first time today. So good time to get a string going for him as our tournament leader coming off a strike. Mike Wurs up here on 19. And up a little high. Can't get the 4 out. I believe the gentlemen are bowling on a house pattern or modified house. As Wurs takes down the spare. Lofquist trying to come back off that open, but leaves 1. Janish off a double takes down the 10 for 3 in a row. He's got a nice game going in game 2. 5 out of the first 6 have been strikes. Jody up Dakota rather up a little high, leaving a 4-pin to the right there. Now here's Prosek on 17, trying to make it 6 in a row. And he does. Boy, when he gets those 10s out, look out. Just a ton of power, and he throws good shots. does not leave many out there most of the time. And Dakota takes care of his spare. All right, Wurs has filled frames so far, but has only struck twice in this game. And gets that one. So Mangan working off a double. Again, 19's been his good lane. And goes a little high. Doesn't take out the 4. Jody coming off 3 in a row and snaps out the 10 to make it 4. Jody is probably one of the straightest players here today. You could make the argument that it's either him or Wurs, but he makes good shots. He knows this house well. I crossed with him at singles and doubles at Wagner's earlier on last weekend, and he did very well. And that's why he's here today. As Prosek leaves a ringing 10 pin and a flat 10 for Geibel and a 7 for Lofquist. And a spare right out of the pit into the ditch for Prosek. If you saw our live stream last year, you know that he's the defending champ. He does not show a ton of emotion out there. Very businesslike. And it works for him. Both Prosek and Wurs, as Mangan hits a strike there in the 8th. Both Prosek and Wurs, part of our team champions in this association tournament. And we'll get to those scores coming up here as he shakes out the 7 for a double. Mike has really been the architect of the format of this tournament, and it's exciting to watch. It's nice and simple. It only took about 2 hours to get through the whole thing last year, so can't imagine it'll take much more than that today. And Dakota flushes 10 back. Let's see what Jody does here coming off a 4-bagger. He's only missed once this game. And gets the light hit to carry. So there's 5 in a row. He's another one. Doesn't show a ton of emotion. Just gets the job done. And doing it pretty well this morning here in our association final. What a powerful ball by Prosek to rip the rack there, as off to the right, Wurs hits a 3rd strike in a row. So slowly, some of these guys who maybe had a little trouble in the first game starting to figure things out. Prosek can punch out for 269 this game. Wurs would need all 3 to equal his first game of 238. And 10 back for Dakota. Jody hits another one. So big games on lane 18. The boys who started on 18, between the two of them, they've missed 3 times this game. Not bad at all. And Platt splashes out the left side. Again, he is the proprietor here at Bowl Winkle's, so you talk about guys who know the house, and of course you put him in there. I don't think it's a stretch to say nobody spends more time in this building than he does. All right, Prosek coming off a strike in the 9th. It was his first shot in the 10th. All 10 back. When he's got it, I mean, he can run off strikes with the best of them. And they're very loud. They sound a little different. He's got the ball speed and all that turn. Just makes those pins explode. Mangan off to the right with a double in the 10th. Oh, and a half pocket 10 for Prosek. He'll still be in the high 250s. And with Wurz needing a fill ball strike for 227, he will take over the lead. And he gets that strike. So 227 for Wurz. If my math is correct, that would be 65 up after 2 games of play. And Prosek, 258. What a game. 10 back for Platt. Make that a double. Get 2 more for 207. And Dakota hits again, his 4th in a row. Off to the left, Geibel put up 228, so nice improvement from his first game. He'll be just in the plus column after 2 here. Janisch takes care of another one. He's still got a shot at 278 up there if he can hit 2 more. Another 10 back for Dakota. And great shot for Sam there. He's still got a shot at 220, 225. All right. Jody's second shot in the 10th. Didn't like it off his hand. Yeah, that one floated a little past the break point, left him with a 2-4-10. So he can cover this for 265, but he'll be in the 260s either way. And Dakota, despite back-to-back opens, comes through with a very respectable 225. And Jody gets 2 out of it, so 264. Nice finish for Dakota, that's for sure. So with 2 in the books, We'll get those scores updated pretty soon here. You're looking at Prosek and Janisch. Top two here so far. As we head into our third and final game of qualifying, as Rick Mangan takes 10. He had 219 his last game. A nice bounce back from the trouble he had in game one. Now here's Prosek. And a 10-pin. The scores up top will catch up with us. They're just a little behind where we're at in real time as Geibel avoids disaster there. Whereas you can see off to the left, tripped out a 4-pin for his first frame in game number 3 as Prosek handles the spare. Ooh, that one jumped up for Sam, leaving him with a 4-6-10. Good to see so many of you watching live. You're watching the 2026 Eau Claire Area USBC Association Tournament Final. We're going 3 games of qualifying between the top 8 all events scores in the regular tournament. We'll cut it down to 3 and have a 2-match stepladder to determine this year's champ. And Jody, who's coming off a 264, leaves a 2-pin. There's a strike from Platt. Wurs knows he needs to get it going here, although he's had some pretty decent games here. 238, and I believe he was in the 220s last game. Here, 217. But again, with Prosek and Janisch up there, oh, there we go. It's pronounced with a hard J. Janisch. You know, I thought to ask him, and I didn't remember to do that until, of course, everybody started in competition. And that's the last thing you want to do is start barking at guys about their last name. But yeah, Janisch. A little light for Platt. He's left with a 2-8. And 10 back for Wurs. He's struck both times on 19 in this final game of qualifying here. And the aforementioned Jody Janisch follows up his first frame spare with a thunderous strike in the second. Well, hopefully he's not offended that I've been spending most of this time butchering his last name. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. But a nice start from Dakota. Both Christensen and Mangan starting out game 3 with the front 3. Ooh. Thought he had a good one there, but didn't carry out the 10 words. In his fourth frame, same story. Ringing 10 pin. And Platt with much of the same. Mangan working on the front three and makes it 4 in a row. So he's going to give it a run here too. You never know, right? And that pin almost came back up on the approach. He hit it so hard. Dakota's got some support here. Thunder hands, they call him. Yeah, Amanda says when you're from Wisconsin, it could be pronounced 6 different ways. I usually just go with what I think it is, and if it's wrong, I'll just correct it. All right, a 6-8 split for Lofquist. It's his second split in the first 4 frames, and he gets 1 out of it. Okay, we'll get those scores refreshed for you as that's after 2 games. Here you go. And you got Prosek in the lead at plus 93 with Janish at his heels at plus 79, Wurz at plus 55, and Christensen at plus 49. All right. So Dakota starting out game 3 with the front 5. Let's see if he can get to 6 here. And unfortunately, that string is going to come to an end. No fault of his, though. Man, that was a great shot. Just blew right by the 9 pin. Yeah, Jody does have a smooth delivery. Oh. Another tough break for Prosek. That's hard. You know, just killing the pocket like that, and not taking out an 8 or a 9. And Wurs trying to get something going here in the last game. He needs some sticks. I like this. Dakota having the best performance in a White Sox cap by anyone since 2005. And he's a big Mark Burley fan. Yeah, there've been some lean years south side Chicago, but you know, gotta respect his loyalty, right? As the crowd starts to fill in a little bit here at Bowl Winkle's in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. As Janish casually hits 4 in a row. Up high for Prosek and leaving just the 10 pin. And a 7 for Lofquist. Oh, tough break there for Geibel coming out of a 4-bagger and leaves that on what looked to be a pretty light hit. And they just did not fall. It's like you think you've got this game figured out sometimes, and the game tells you don't. All right. Yeah. Warren Mansky says, Mike, you need some Hall of Fame carry to finish the game. No doubt. Joe wants to know how many advance. It's the top 3. So you've got 8 qualifiers here, and 3 of them will move on to a 2-match stepladder. The first of those 2 games will be on 17 and 18, where we see Janish hit another strike, 5 in a row. The championship match will be back on 19 and 20. And this stuff is predetermined, so you don't have, questions about placement and stuff like that. The guys drew their lanes at random right before the start of this tournament. And this is where they ended up. Now Wurs coming off a double. 9th frame of the 3rd game. And gets all 10. And he needs them. And Geibel, Greek Church. As I mentioned before, Geibel had his first 300 game in our singles and doubles event. He was partnered up with Jim Bunkelman, and man, did they tear up the lanes at Wagner's that day. Pretty impressive to see. And there's a strike for Prosek, who's had some problems here in this 3rd game. Only his 2nd strike of the game. Prosek is the leader after 2, but needing to keep pace and having a tough time doing that with Jody Janish, who's now working on 5 in a row. And that one goes left, leaves just a 4-pin. So staying out of trouble. There's a nice ball for Mangan, who can punch out the 10th for 268, but he had a tough start. Wurs hits his 4th in a row, walks it out. He knows he needs every pin as the screws tighten a little further as we determine who's moving on, the top 3. Up high in a 4-pin for Mangan. They'll be in the high 250s, but pretty nice way to bounce back after a rough start. Wurs snaps out the 10. Can hit a fill ball strike for 240. And if we assume that he does, that would push him up to plus 95. Prosek at plus 93 coming into this and leaves another 10-pin. Okay, 9. So a 239. Mangan finishes at 257. And Wurs is going to be at plus 94, I believe. Prosek takes care of the 10-pin, but he's going to need to start striking because he'll have a shot at 217 if he can put together 4 in a row at the end of this one. Yeah, Klang says Wurs is so clutch right now. He's done that many, many times. A Hall of Famer of our association, as well as the state of Wisconsin and the Central Bowlers Alliance in neighboring Minnesota. As Jody takes care of 10 once again. All right. Prosek, 9th frame. And just gets the 5 to fall. So, again, can still get 217. He's going to have to punch out the 10th to do it. Sam finishes out with 194. And Dakota's had big game here. He can finish out with 248 with a fill ball strike. Not bad. He'll be in the high 690s too. And just trips out the 8, or the 9 rather. That could loom large depending on how everybody finishes. You know, that he needed some count to get ahead of Wurs, and he did. As Janish strikes again. It was a good shot for Platt, striking for the first time since the first frame with some scattered applause here in the crowd. He's had a rough one this morning, but he's doing his best, filling frames. A little bit light for Geibel, leaving a 2-4-5-8. All right. Prosek up in the 10th, working on a strike. Gets him to fall. Again, 217 if he can hit 2 more. But at this point, it looks like everybody's going to be looking up at Jody Janish. Oh, wow. Wobbly 10 pin. Holy cow. So 209 for Geibel. Again, a nice strong comeback for him after a rough start. And Prosek with a 206. So he'll be just 99. Yeah. He'll be at plus 99. And there's a strike from Platt. Now, Janish working on a double here into his 10th frame. Another really strong game for him. And yeah, he's going to be the lone finisher at above the plus 100 mark. All right, so if he strikes the fill ball, he'll be at 248. And he gets 8 out, so 246. Just a terrific performance from Jody Janish. I believe that's, my math is correct, 725. And he'll be your number 1 seed going into our 2-match stepladder.
All right, we have the top 3.
Okay.
You have them?
I'm still kind of working through the math, so why don't you tell me?
I have number 1, Jody Janish at 725. Number 2 is Matt Prosek, 699. And number 3 is Dakota Christensen at 697.
Okay. So it'll be Dakota Christensen against Matt Prosek on lanes 17 and 18. The winner will take on Janish, the top seed. Yeah. What?
Oh, you want to talk to me?
Yeah. Come on. Get in here. I'm just trying to. Yeah.
I hate my voice.
Get in here, Amy. Say hi to the crowd.
Hey.
We've had a good turnout on the live stream today. 41 at the moment. Ooh, how close was number 4 from making the cut? So 4th was Wurs, and he was at 694, just 3 pins. 3 pins separating Wurs from the cut. So, yeah, every pin counts.
Sure does.
Mm-hmm. So, tell us your thoughts. I mean, you know.
I'm thoughtless.
No,
chemo brain, man. Chemo brain.
You've got thoughts. I mean, you know, you saw this last year. Prosek destroyed the field.
Did not see it last year.
No?
No.
Oh, come on.
I think I was at state or something.
Well, Prosek destroyed the field.
Doesn't surprise me.
See? Amanda says you're the best.
Who does?
Amanda Webb.
Oh, hi, Amanda.
And, yeah, EPC. Every pin counts. It's true.
It is.
I mean,
those spears will keep you in it or knock you out if you miss them.
You know, you sit here and you think, what's another pin or two? But, you know, then you have a result where 3 pins makes the difference.
I've missed many cuts because of 2 or 3 pins.
Yeah.
Why'd you move that closer?
I don't know if we can hear you all that well.
I've never been accused of not being loud, so that's funny.
I know. It's probably that's how I have the audio set. Oop. So they're going to throw a couple practice balls.
Looks like they're done.
We get set to do battle here in our semifinal match.
Oh, not quite yet.
Okay, they're still into it. So what I can tell you in the meantime is that we do have some, some final numbers from our association tournament. Want to see them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the champions that we have. Well, that was today's format. How about that? So these are your tournament champions, and we're starting with scratch. So the team of Terry Halita, Mike Wurs, Jeremy Bremnes, and Matt Prosek at 2894 scratch, number 1 for that event. Doubles, you had Bob Wolf and Kurt Hankey with a combined 1406 scratch. And Brett Geibel, who was here bowling with us today, 763 scratch. So a nice tournament performance for him. On to the handicap. And this is kind of backwards, right? You got the singles at 814 is Brett Geibel again. Doubles, the team of Miller and Carroll with 1492. And the team of Halita, Wurs, Bremnes, and Prosek again on top, 2909.
That's crazy.
And then you've got the all events scores. Dan Rude with 1801 with handicap, and Matt Prosek, who you're about to see in the semifinal here, taking down the high total for scratch, 1688 for 7 games. So great performances all around. And these folks who bowled the association tournament. You bowled it. What'd you think?
Did.
What'd you think?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a good turnout. Looks like everyone had fun.
Yeah.
Some big scores were shot.
No doubt.
Like what, 299 for Jim Buckelman
Mm-hmm.
and Greg Giebel, 300.
Yep.
It's fun to see those scores shot.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I had a lot of compliments even this morning about the women's tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you were a driving force behind that. So, be proud because that was a great event.
It was. I had a lot of fun. Wish I would have bowled better. I kind of fell on top of myself the last game. I was in pace to qualify, and then, had a rough game.
Yeah. But a wide variety of skill levels making our step ladder.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of good to see.
Yeah. And if you didn't get to be here in person or haven't seen it yet, you can find a recap video on the channel. So right now they're putting their names in. My hope is that the scores will update here. Had a little trouble with that at the start of things.
You like LinkedIn?
What's that?
Oh, you're just seeing them up there. Is that what you're
Yeah. Yep. Up top, it's been tough sledding to get to the current scores. So you won't see them right away. Those are actually our Game 3 scores, but we'll get started in our semifinal match with Dakota Christensen. And a great start for Dakota. Our third place qualifier at plus 97. So this is another Dakota Lear. It says Dak put so many revolutions on that ball. That back draws creates so much momentum. Yeah. We are not lacking in power from his opponent, though. Matt Prosek starting out a little light, leaving a 4-7. Again, Matt won this event last year, defeating Terry Halita in the final match. But he did have a little trouble on this pair in the last game. He came out with a 2-0, but certainly not as much carry as he had in the first two. Nice shot from Prosek. Absolutely burying the pocket. So, strike up in the first for Dakota and spare strike for Prosek. And gets the 10 to fall. So a quick double for Dakota, and he's got a 10-pin lead. Probably got a crowd of what? Say maybe 25, 30 people back here?
Maybe. If you count the birthday party.
Yeah, and I do.
All right. Then yes.
All right.
More people than I thought would be here.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
that one went up high. 3, 4, 6, 7.
It's pick-upable.
It is pick-upable. And I believe we saw Dakota make a split during the qualifying, so certainly not out of the realm of possibilities. Ooh.
Close.
3 out of the 4, so not bad. But an opening for our defending champion, Matt Prosek. That was close.
Buried.
There we go.
I don't know if I've seen him throw that straight. That was pretty straight.
Prosek?
Compared to what I usually see how he plays.
Yeah. And that's the thing about his game. I mean,
Versatile.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Play straight up the boards, loop the lane.
Jealous. I'm getting better at it, but
Yeah.
it takes time, a lot of
Mhm,
practice.
for sure. All right, now we're up to speed with scores here.
Cool.
Up a little bit high. 4-pin. Yeah, Dark Glass, I saw your comment there. It's a little wonky because things aren't exactly in real time. It's, and especially when they kind of change, like they, reset the machine. It seems like it's even slower to get it up, but we're there. I imagine we'll have the same thing going on 19 and 20 when we get there for our championship match. So hang with us. We'll get it. All right. Let's see how Dakota comes off of that split.
Oh, Messenger did not have the right address.
Yeah, right in front of the 10. Thank you, guys. Glad you're tuning in. And again, if you like what you're seeing here, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you a dime. Get to be the first to know when I put up new videos and do live streams. And I want to take the opportunity to thank Eric and his staff for being so hospitable to me and my wagon full of gear. Also have all these wonderful sponsors that have supported our event. Great shot from Dakota. Again, that's one of those shots that just sounds a little louder than the rest. Dark Glass wants to know if there's any possibility of bringing out a challenge pattern or modified pattern next year. What do you think?
I could go back and forth on that one. That would be nice because it kind of evens the playing field, especially with the handicap.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also supposed to be our association tournament on our typical pattern that we play on.
Mm-hmm.
So I could go either way.
You could go either way. And, when you have, you're going to have scratch players in this tournament final, no matter what. They all have to find it.
Exactly.
So it's certainly something we could discuss.
It has been brought up, but
Yeah.
in the past, but it kind of got knocked down. But that's that Masters tournament has the Challenger Sport Shot.
Yep. Just burying the pocket is Prosek. And he's got a pretty decent lead now. About 25 pins. See, these guys are digging into some chip magnets also, one of our great sponsors for this event and for this channel. The Jesus Ranch is putting it on his Huevos Rancheros right now. Great shot from Dakota to try and get back into this. You're watching our semifinal match in our 2-match stepladder here at the Eau Claire Area USBC Association Tournament Final at Bowl Winkle's in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Plus 97 was the cut, and Dakota, who you're seeing up on lane 17, was the number. Just 3 pins ahead of Mike Wurz to secure that third and final spot. Oh, some nice carry there on a slightly high hit. He knew it. He knew it, but you got to have some breaks in there once in a while, right? That brings the lead down to just 4 pins. 5 pins. And that one went right and left him with a washout. And that's... I don't recall seeing him miss many times in the qualifying. I know he had one that went left early on in one of those games, but really did a good job of keeping it around the pocket, and certainly with all those revolutions, the carry comes with that, but couldn't get that one back up the hill. Oh, but
wow.
He rolled out a
Good
little
pickup.
and just got the 10 out. Great shot in a clutch spot for our defending champion. Yeah, that was nice. Oh, didn't like that. And that one went quite a bit left as well, so fortunate to just leave the 9 pin. And that's going to give Dakota an opening. Oh, good to see we have Jim Lucas.
Isn't he driving?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd say, Jim, are you driving? But if you're driving, don't answer that.
He said hi, Amy. Hi, Jim.
And a spare for Prosek. So now here's a golden opportunity for Dakota to jump into a lead. He says yes. Stop texting and driving, Jim.
I knew we had a lot of driving to do this morning.
Yeah, let's see if he can capitalize. Struck on this lane last time around. And does it again this time. That's 4 in a row for Dakota. It's interesting how you've got probably the 2 highest rev guys in this semifinal match in our field, and our top seed is one of the straightest guys in our field, Jody Janish, who is taking some practice balls, staying loose over off to our right on lane 24. And Prosek and Janish bowled on the same pair, this one, 17 and 18. So you can do it either way. Thunder Hands. They call him Thunder Hands. And he's bringing the thunder right now with 5 in a row. And a shot at 254 if he hits the last 3. Prosek needs to strike, and he needs to strike now.
And he did.
And strike he does. So with that one in the 9th, he can still get up to 234. I believe Dakota would need the first one in the 10th if he does. Great shot. You know, both of these guys have felt the pressure of a tight match at more than a time or two.
For sure.
And, but yeah. Yeah, Prosek needs every stick, and he's going to need some help. Wham. All right, so that will most likely put him into the 230s. But again, count is important because if he doesn't get the strike, I think Dakota could go spare strike to tie him. No, he didn't like that at all. Left off his hand, and that's
He came off the lane laughing.
that's a
Probably
big
would too.
miss. 229 for Prosek. So now Dakota Christensen coming off 5 in a row. He could go 9 spare strike for 224. So he's got to have the first one, I think. No, 234.
Oh.
And just the 4-pin. So he'll need to pick this up and get some count to move on. Yeah. Yeah, he really tossed that one left. No doubt. Gotta have it. And he does. Seven pins is what he needs. 7 to win, 6 to tie. Big thanks to those of you who are joining us live. Be sure and like this video, subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. Here we go. And he gets all 10. So Dakota Christensen moving on to our championship match, eking out a win against the defending champion Matt Prosek, 233-229. The championship match will be on 19 and 20. And again, we'll play around with the scores and see if we can get them updated as soon as possible. Yeah, Thunder Hands. He never disappoints. Warren telling Prosek a good tournament, that's for sure. Dakota's a dude's a menace on the lanes, and a great match for sure. Good tourney from Matt. So here's how they got here. And as we said before, Prosek, the #1 seed and defending champion, 1688. So plus 188.
Maybe
288. Mathing is hard.
It is hard.
288 up for 7 games. And just got by Geibel and Wurz, Jody Janish, who we're about to see here at 219. And then Platt and Mangan tied for 5th. Dakota in 7th at 206. And then Sam Lofquist is here today, even though he finished 12th. The 8th through 11th seeds could not make it here today for the final. Yeah, it is Thunder Hands versus Jody. That will be our championship match. Thunder Hands.
I've never heard him called that before.
I like it. It's catchy.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Try and adjust one of these cameras while they're getting warmed up.
I'm gonna grab a water.
Okay. So we will get to the action in a moment here. You can see old Thunder Hands in the foreground there, and Jody finishing up his practice balls. As shaking hands and getting ready to get into this match.
Way to go, Jody. Oh, were you?
So here's Jody with his first shot of the match. And just as you would expect, puts 10 back. Matching him is Old Thunder Hands. This is not practice, by the way. This is, in fact, the championship match. Cody wants to know what the prizes are. It's pretty simple. 300 for the winner, 200 for second, 100 for third. So that's what Matt Prosek will walk out of here with, $100. As Dakota goes high, leaving a 3-6-10. And a spare. All right, let's see if I can get that other scoreboard updated here. There we go. Okay. The Battle of the Tourney. And Jody sprays him across the deck as he hits his second strike in a row. Jody was our tournament leader, shooting .725 in the 3-game qualifier. Started out with a 215, then really picked up steam, going 264, 248 to finish things out. See, either way, the drinks are on Thunder Hands tonight. Yeah, dampen the thunder. There you go. The front three for Janish. Jeepers. No rust at all. Had the opportunity to stay warm off to the right on 24, took advantage of that, and he is ready to roll. That one up a little high, couldn't get a break on the 4. The winner of a tight match in our semifinal, Dakota Christensen, 233-229 over defending champion Matt Prosek, who will go home with $100 in the third place finish here. And a spare for Dakota. Yeah, Dakota gets it all on the way down, and you can see it. You can see him just hitting that thing with yo-yo type swing as he leaves a flat 10 there. Much like Mark Burley, he needs to throw some strikes here. As we mentioned before, he's got that White Sox hat on as he picks up the spare through some lean years, but staying loyal. I like it. All right, Jody working on 3 in a row. Right up the boards and takes down the 10 for number 4. And Dakota, through his 3 games on 19 and 20, Jody did not. Jody only bowled on 17 and 18, so this is his first look at this pair. He got a couple shots of practice, and into competition he went, and he is looking good so far with the front 4. Yeah, he knew that one was left. Pushed that one up up 10. Dakota wants to know if we can go back to 17 and 18. No, I moved that camera. See, so you can get a good look at Thunder Hands. Ooh, that one jumped up and chopped the 3 off the 6 and 10. So 113 through 5, and there's an opening. So, yeah, Jody is human. We know that for sure. And he's going to sit off to the right and watch as Dakota gets up here in the 5th. Up a little high, left a 4-pin. So Jody is going to maintain a lead through the next frame or 2. And there's a spare. Does this give Dakota his much needed opportunity? We'll see. Yeah. Time will tell, one shot at a time.
Exactly.
Stay focused. Trust the process.
All the stuff that goes through your mind as you're bowling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he kills the pocket on lane 19 and strikes for the first time since the first frame. So a 16-pin lead for Jody Janish, who is now up in the 6th. There we go. That one was farther out than the last shot on 19, so felt better about that one. Every pin counts. They all do. Got that one out a little more. Ooh. Just got that 6 out. 4-7. But it's another opportunity if Dakota can hit a double here. You can jump back into the lead. Good to see Mike Weber here saying just needs to trust the ball. Yeah. All right. There's a spare. Yeah, 70 people, Blake. This is great. 75. We are taking over the internet. Dominating. If each and every one of those 75 would subscribe, I would be a happy camper. All right, Dakota in the 7th. Oh, he trusted that one. Got that one farther down lane, gave it the room it needed, and man, did that hit hard. To the moon. I'm not trained as an astronaut or anything, but I'd be over the moon if we got all those subs. All right, working on a double now into the 8th frame. And he got that 7 to fall.
Now we got a match.
So now we got a match. Christensen back in the lead. Yeah, that was huge. Had to have it with just a few frames to go. Jody's coming off a spare. This is his 8th frame. Oh, and that one jumped up and right through the beak. 4, 6, 7, 10. Looked like he posted it well and was pretty confident about how he threw it, and it just jumped right through the face. And he gets 2 out. So 157 through 8. And that puts Dakota up by 30 sticks. So now Jody really needs to start striking. Wow, got the 7 out there. So he can still shoot 217. Dakota working on the last 3. He's going to have to show up here. But stayed clean in those middle frames. Got his opportunity, and now let's see if he can put it away. Crouching down, knew it was heading left, and got out of there with just a 3-pin. All right, there's a spare. If he goes spare strike, he cannot shut out Jody Janish. He'd need to double to shut him out. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
It almost seemed he let up on that one a little bit.
Wow.
It's a lot slower.
Horrible spot for that. And that gives Janish a golden opportunity. And gets 2 out. So it's 199. Or no, I'm sorry, 202. 202. All
You
right.
don't have to do math. It was already up there for
I
you.
know it. Ugh. I'm a writer and a video editor by trade, not a mathematician. All right. So here it is. He's got to have at least the first one for sure. He liked it, and that's why. Big rocks. And just the 5. That'll work. And Jody Janish
Right.
is your 2026 Association Tournament Final champion. Wow. What a match. Back and forth with Dakota Christensen. But despite a couple of costly opens, he hung with it. Unfortunately, Dakota had that ill-timed split in the 10th, and Jody capitalized with that first strike, 206 to 222. 202. Already enough. I mean, you know. Go ahead. Give out the money.
Third place, Matt Prosek.
So $300 to our new champion, Jody Janish. They'll, no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Glad to hear you're down to your treatment.
Me too.
Yeah. Now the next big one.
Yep. Surgery.
Get up there so the IRS can see it.
Yeah. Move over that way a little. Everybody scooch. Mine's in use. Somebody get a picture of these guys. right. Wow. Well, we'll see if we can get the champ up here to have a few words before he takes off with his pocket full of cash. Hey, Jody, I got a seat for you. All right. Let's get him in here. The champ.
Yeah.
Champ is here. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Talk right into that thing and tell us what happened out there.
What happened was threw some strikes, obviously. Missed a couple of bad shots, but just stuck with it. Kept telling myself in my mind, just practice, just roll a good ball and hit your target, and hopefully they all fall down.
Yeah. In the qualifying, and I say that, in quotes because it's such a short format.
Yep.
You really caught fire those second two games. What did you see out there, and what were you able to do to kind of get the strikes going?
Well, bowling the city tournament last weekend. Had a couple of new balls. One was a duller one.
Years of pin chasing. Don't go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I used that one just to kind of not necessarily open it up, but just to kind of get a read on it to see if it was the same scenario as last weekend or if it was going to be different. And it was a little different, but not a whole lot. So once I started leaving corner pins with that ball, I got to switch and go to the other one, and threw that in the 11th of the first game, and I liked how it read. So I'm like, okay, I just got to get locked in. And for whatever reason, that ball worked really well. So I just stuck with it. And towards the end of this game here, I had to move a little bit because it just wasn't reading right. But I know it wasn't going to overreact. So just minor adjustments for me. I can't make big ones. So
yeah. It was interesting to me, both the fact that you've got Dakota and Matt who can turn it up with anybody.
Oh yeah, yep.
You were probably the straightest player in the field.
Yes.
And found success through all that. Plus, you're bowling on 17 and 18. Championship matches on 19 and 20. Were they different?
A little bit.
Yeah.
They were, for me, me and my big moves that I make, which is a board or half a board here or there. It was actually a little, I had to move a little to the right just to get some shape to it.
Okay.
But if I got too slow and I missed in, it was going through the nose. So towards the end, I was thinking about making a kind of more of a swing, but I'm like, nope, just maybe put a little more speed on it, which that helped. So I got lucky.
Yeah. So then we get to the 10th frame. Dakota looks like he's on a run, and unfortunately leaves that split. What's going through your mind at that point?
Don't leave a split. No, I just kind of relocked in and just told myself, go through my motions, make a good shot, and if I get lucky, I get lucky. If not, well, it is what it is. Yeah. And threw the first one really well and crushed it. And I was hoping to strike out, but that didn't. I wanted to, entertain the crowd a little bit.
Yeah. You got the count you needed.
Yeah, I got the strike and the spare, so that works.
This life is all about scoreboards. It's not about winning pretty.
Yeah, I told Mike, I said, long time bowler, but first time under the lights, so not too sure how I was gonna do.
They're pretty bright here, aren't they?
Yes, they're really. I was a little warm.
Dave Whitman says congratulations.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And let's see who else we got here.
He should have been here.
He should have been here. Yeah.
It was a lefty house, lefty shot, but you know.
And Mr. Platt came over and mentioned the pin chasing.
Yep.
Tell us about your history in this house. I know you bowl here all the time.
Yeah, I used to bowl here quite a bit. I worked here part-time, running the desk, bowling desk, and oiling the lanes, maintenance and stuff. So, yeah, I was here for 12 straight seasons, so to speak. So,
okay.
Familiar with it, but I hadn't been back since pre-COVID. So, 2019 was when I stepped away and moved on to some other stuff. So, yes, this house treated me pretty good. So
I'll say.
Yeah.
I'll say. And what are your thoughts, I mean, kind of on this particular part of the tournament? Because this is the second time that we've tried this. Very exciting last year to see, Matt kind of slice his way through the step ladder. And now this year with just an incredible championship match. I mean, the talent is undeniable, yourself included.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I was kind of joking around in the beginning because I like it. I didn't really find out about this till last weekend that there was a separate tournament and they took the top 8 scratch, which I knew I bowled well, but there's a lot of better bowlers in Eau Claire than me, but it is. And then like I say, I bowled well, team event here. And so set a good bar. And Wagner's, they struggled a little, but bowled well enough to make the top 8. So I like it. I'll be back. Good. Obviously, seeing as I won, I have to come back. Right. That's the rules. That would, in the fine print.
It would not be right if you did.
Yeah.
Who's Tia Dog 81? Tim B. Oh, Benavides.
Thank you.
Benavides has been watching.
Yeah.
So he says congratulations.
In the beginning, like I say, I was trying to break the ice and the nerves. I was told Eric, the owner here, and Matt, I said, I'm just here for the appetizers, and they're like, there's appetizers? I said, well, I hope so, because that's why I'm here.
Right. Yeah.
So, just to, try to stay loose. And like I say, I don't bowl a lot of tournaments where there's cameras, lights, and podcasts and streaming, and so
we try
I might be able to get used to this. Though,
we try to do it big, yeah. Well, you proved that you're definitely a great player in the clutch.
Thank you very much.
Taking down those pins time after time, both through the 3 games and in the championship.
Yes, thank you.
That's how you do it. You won't leave disappointed. No appetizers, but you got the main course.
Yes, I'll take the main course instead.
For sure. Jody Janish, your 2026 Eau Claire Area USBC Association Tournament Final Champion.
Thank you.
It's a mouthful, but it sounds good. Yeah. Well, thanks to all of you for watching. Really appreciate it. And, of course, thanks to our fine sponsors who have come back once again. Bowl Winkles, Wagner's Lanes, USBC Eau Claire Area, the Cancun and Milwaukee Burger Company, Storm Bowling Chip Magnet, and Bowling with the Fef and Visionary Video Hub. Everyone have a great day. From Wagner's to Bowl Winkles. That's our association. We even have some presence in Durand at Club 10. But thanks to all of you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you again next time.
Thank you for watching Bowling with the Fef. Pound the like button and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. Bowling with the Fef is brought to you by Chip Magnet. Raise your snack standards.
Jerry's Score More Bowling Supply inside Wagner's Lane. So Eau Claire, Wisconsin area's leader in bowling products and services since 1988. And Visionary Video Hub. Video with impact.
Email bowlingwiththefef@yahoo.com with questions or to appear on the show. You can also reach out on your favorite social media platform.